But I'm trying to give them a little hint today. I'm saying it's not over till it's over. And we're going to try to release a little bit of frustration tonight. And I guess Brother Brian said 4 years. I guess some of us have been playing more than I realized. But I know 2 years ago we came, well, 2.5 years ago, I guess now, that we got together and we decided that we would we need to start planning this thing. And an idea came which was not just attributable to me. Matter of fact, I'd like the children to come up and stand with me while we, this is not a one-man show. The internet has been blocked a little bit from my parents. And you that have chat rooms, you understand that you can get on there and talk to people. But there's been several evenings where they couldn't talk to any of us, even though we were online. And I know one case or more that it looked like my mother was going to get through. But we were planning all this. And I think it was about a year ago, my dad said, hey, you guys email one another, and I want a copy of it. And he went right after that, we had to start planning this thing where we couldn't tell him what was going on. But anyway, we have one last presentation. It's an exciting presentation. It's a presentation that I know it's going to be very well received, and I won't take a long time with it. But Mom and Dad, pack your bags. All right. Woo! Yeah, go! As of Saturday morning, we're going to be taking a trip. all week that we've all been in and out of the house, and they haven't been able to spend a lot of time with all of us, but just different ones. But we have rooms reserved for all of us. All of us. Okay? Huh? Not everybody in this room. But once again, we're not going to tell you everything that goes on because we want you to enjoy it. So as I said the other night, just let it happen. But pack your bags for 3 days, and we will bring you back. We all. Now we wouldn't get in trouble with that. I said for 3 days. Pack your bags for 3 days, and we'll see where we go. Okay? And you can leave your car home, and we're just going to take you somewhere. Huh? Dress code is casual. Truly casual. Truly casual. Take your hat off? Oh, fine. Okay, did I say everything I need to say now? Okay. I said too much? Okay, so just let you know, if you had any meals planned for those days, you can cancel them. Anything we got, we'll take with us.
Just postpone them. We want them.
Postpone them, yeah. Okay. And once again, we want to thank everyone that's here, especially my grandmother that is still here.
Yeah.
And we got people from all the way up in Jonesport, Maine. I guess our kids have come the furthest. But it is great. And Sister Mary that sang tonight, it was so beautiful because they have a family as well. And seeing their son stand up, I wasn't at conference, but I saw it on the video, and see their son stand up as a foreign missionary. And it was a tremendous rush. And just so much is going on. But I just want to leave one thing with you, just one thing, real short. If my dad ever taught us anything, and I think we agree with this, and we've mentioned a lot of stuff, but this is my dad. You don't judge a book by its cover. Live for God from the inside out. Amen. Brother, hallelujah.
Thank you. And on my agenda here, there's a thing that says a response. from us to Lois. So if you folks would like to have a word to close this out with, don't forget your scrapbook memories, leave them on the table. And afterwards tonight, I understand that Brother David St. Germain is available to do some family pictures. Sis, I think we need to eat some ice cream. And Brother Chandler, don't worry about that board meeting. That's why we took care of that agenda early this time. We were aware of this getaway.
Okay, there's one thing that I mentioned, we were talking today, I would just like to see the hands of the ones who attended our wedding 50 years ago. Wow. It's probably unusual to have that many people attend your 50th anniversary celebration who were at the original wedding. And we certainly want to thank all of those who came, and most especially my mother. Up until the last few days, a couple of weeks anyway, we would have said she never would have been able to be here, and we're so glad she is. You take a good look at her, those who don't know her very well or haven't seen her for a while, and you never believe in just a few days here, less than a month, she'll be 91 years old. And it's a wonderful thing to have her here. It's just beyond words. And it hasn't been mentioned as yet that we were married on Mom and Dad's anniversary. They also celebrated on the 17th of October. But we appreciate everybody who's here, and we thank the children for the hours and hours they have spent, and the money that they've spent, and the work they've put into this presentation and this wonderful time we've had. They've hinted at surprises, and I guess what you just heard means they haven't stopped yet.
At the outset, I'd like to say this. I've got a long way to go to be like my Lord. And I'm sure Sister Chandler feels that same way. I appreciate every remark you made tonight. I guess I've hinted at including some things in this celebration, but I could not have added anything. Kenzie did a tremendous job. I knew you could do a tremendous job, but I didn't know it would be quite this. This magnitude. And we're glad for our friends that are here tonight, and there are some memories included in some of the friends that are here. I'm glad my older sister's here. She gave me my first driving lesson. She shoved me down the hill with my baby carriage. And Sarah, of course, is my sibling next to me, and she would have kept me on fire, because she was a real teaser. And all I have to say is I was born with fiery red hair. I was a carrot top, and I had the temper to go with it. She kind of tempered my temper. And Elma, she's here, and she's my niece right here. And she's only from May to September younger than I am. So the large family gets these curiosities. Brother Lanny and Sister Annie's been friends of mine for many years, and we were involved in a lot of things, Lanny and I. We even were involved in driving, he was involved in driving a wheelbarrow load of concrete into the cellar in a new church that was down in Jonesport. And, I guess that's enough of the funny things. I could go on with Civil War. And my nephew and his wife that I married are here. That's my oldest brother's son and his wife, in the back. And we're thankful because you drove so many miles to be here. I personally don't think I'm worth it to drive this many miles to come to my 50th anniversary, but I appreciate every kind gesture that's been made. And that's probably enough for the humorous part. If Dad was here tonight, I would thank him for teaching me that success only comes with hard work. And although he was only a laborer, he never aspired to any position, but he was only a laborer, but he taught me that success would only come through hard work. And I don't know how much success I've ever had, but I've had a desire to work hard enough to have some anyhow. And my mother was always so concerned about my spiritual condition. Even after we were married, she visited once or twice in our home. She thought I'd done something wrong, and she wanted to straighten that out. And my father-in-law, I cannot say enough about him tonight because he had a great deal to do with getting me on the foundation. I'm glad for the truth and for the doctrine that he settled me in that has never left. And I'm glad tonight the memories of him are invaluable. And of course my mother-in-law is here. And sometimes she cushioned me, I think, from the things few things I might have done if it hadn't been for her. I thought when Mary was up here talking tonight, that some of those nights that I came down to visit, I thought, my future wife, I visited mostly with Mary and Phyllis and Dublin. Some nights, I don't think that Lois even showed up. So it came another night. But after a while it paid off, you see. They used to sing a song, 7 years with the wrong woman. I think it was 7 years with the wrong woman. I don't know anything about that. But I know what 50 years with the right woman is like. She has been a friend. She is my most constant critic. In fact, she corrected me just last night. Watch out. There's a couple of people walking across the road, just with some little thing, you know. And I said, do you think I'm going to hit them? So, and I had to say, I'm sorry, dear. And so, just as not always done smooth, but it's always going in the right direction. And our children, and I want to mention each one of their names tonight. Not that I would forget them, but I wrote them down so I wouldn't. You know, when we get to the 69, or actually, I've had viral encephalitis? Excuse me, viral encephalitis. Couldn't remember the first word. And people that have that supposed to lose their memory. In fact, they were talking about me learning again to walk, learning to eat, learning to do a lot of things. But the Lord saved me from that, and part of it, and I have a fairly good memory. Don't have much of a short memory, but my present longer memory is fairly good. And so there's Cheryl, Ronnie, Leroy, Pauline, Mark, and Tim. And they have presented me with a challenge. Oh, they did. They don't present me with a challenge much more. I don't see too much of them. But when they were home, they presented me with a challenge because I wanted them to live for God no matter what. Well, I won't say the expression, but that's the way I wanted them to live for God. Capital punishment was in our home. Almost capital punishment.
Anyway, we fear capital.
But you see, they still love me. I don't know why. And I always love challenges anyway. Our grandchildren, Nathan, Kevin, Dewayne, Heidi, Stephanie, Shauna, Laura, Sarah, Zachary, Tiffany, Benji, and Lindsay. Did I leave out anybody? You know, when I was in the hospital, I don't know how many were in the room there, and the doctor said, well, no, he didn't worry. So many people in one room. He said, what about all these? I said, well, I guess I'm responsible for them one way or another. One preacher came one time and he said there was a kid hanging out of the window. My wife didn't appreciate that too much then. And we love to always get a chance to watch them. We like to watch them when they're gone. They act better. The smaller ones act better when they're just with us, and they're especially mothers around. We give them capital punishment. No, I'll have to remember some of these things. Now those that married our children, Peter, Madeline, Brian, Melanie, and Lana. Thank you. Well, I wanted to mention everyone tonight because not all members, but we have a great desire for each one of you, and as you know, partiality has never been a word I wanted in my vocabulary. This is not long ago, just before Pauline and Brian moved to Las Vegas. Several of them were together, and so I asked them if there's any way that they thought that I showed partiality, any one of them, and nobody came up with anything. So they let me know that I was fair with every one of them. I want to have that testimony, because one of the things that will destroy a family is partiality. You can have that for what it's worth. Praise God. Well, thank the Lord tonight for keeping us. We owe everything to the Lord. And my inspirations come from the Lord. My greatest inspirations come from God and from His Word and from the value of a life serving God. And this, of course, I was taught, and there are many preachers that are mentors of mine. And I just appreciate those things that have been said by men that I respect so highly. Some of you right here, I respect very highly. And to have you say something about me, and because I know you know all about me. You know, a person go away from, out of town and give a testimony, and everybody can say praise the Lord because they don't know it. They don't know it. But if you give that same testimony at home, it might be different. I'm middling now. I'm thankful for all my colleagues that are here, all those that have been are on the district board now, all that I've served with, and that's an experience in itself. Also, it chipped a few of the chips on that off, and we get a little different idea a lot of times after we discuss things a long while, of things that we thought were just things that were supposed to be. And so I want to thank everybody that had anything to do with putting this together. And you won't have to put it together for a while yet, although I told some that this was the first 50 years.
All right.
And it would be appropriate for all to stand. Now, my notes say that at this point, if there is time, we give the Chandler's brothers and sisters opportunity to say something. I'm going to make an executive decision that there is not time. But thank you all for being here anyway. I think it would be appropriate tonight if at the conclusion of this event, if we were to ask the patriarch if he would pray a dismissal prayer and a prayer of blessing upon this group of people tonight, many of them his descendants. So as the patriarch tonight, Brother Chandler, would you please pray a prayer of dismissal and blessing upon this home?
Shall we pray? Dear God, our Heavenly Father, tonight, we come to you, O Lord, as we know that we can in all times of need. And we are needy people. Lord, we need you. We need your touch.
We are just getting ready to leave for the main house, and the camper is quite packed.